we have a couple different things we'd like to do today. The first of which is a special presentation. When great things are accomplished, pivotal moments occur in history. We have monuments and statues, and we would have loved to have brought a monument, but we really couldn't bring a monument. So what we did to celebrate this final shuttle flight docking to the International Space Station is we brought the best monument we could possibly find, and that's a space shuttle model. The space shuttle model was signed by the modern-day titans of the space shuttle program, including John Shannon, Leroy Kane, Mike Leinbach, our lead flight directors, Quatsi Alabarujo and Chris Edlin. What you don't see is the signatures of the tens of thousands who rode to orbit with us over the past 30 years, if only in spirit. What we would like is for Doug to present this model to Mike Fossum of the Expedition 28 crew, and Mike will hopefully display it in a position of respect right here by the shuttle's regular old parking spot by the No. 2 forward hatch. We all have lots of stories. My story with the shuttle program began in 1982 when I worked STS-3 in Mission Control. Hundreds of thousands of people have contributed to the shuttle program through the many years, 30 years of flying service and another decade and a half of development before that. The space shuttle program has inspired millions and millions more. We're happy to have this model as one of the greatest testaments to the shuttle's incredible capabilities, that 90% of the world's population can look out of their backyards at night and see us going overhead. It looks absolutely fantastic there, Mike. It's the next best thing to really being here. We also have another special presentation today, and that presentation is a special flag. That flag was handed to me personally just a few days before launch, and the crew of STS-135, the final shuttle mission, brought it to the International Space Station. And since we've been here, we've prominently displayed the flag on the forward flight deck. We actually had it there a little bit earlier on for a public affairs event, but Doug and I, Rex and Sandy, we just really liked it. It just symbolized what we were all here for, and we left it there permanently. And I think it made us feel good. But we have that flag, and that flag is significant not only because we brought it up on this flight, but because it also flew on STS-1. We can reach behind you, Sasha. This flag represents not just a symbol of our national pride and honor, but in this particular case, it represents a goal. This flag also will be flown prominently here by the forward hatch of No. 2 to be returned to Earth once again by an astronaut that launches on a U.S. vehicle, hopefully in just a few years. Ron, I'd like to turn this flag over to you for you to display on the No. 2 forward hatch. Well, thanks, Doug. You know, we're looking for a place to hang this flag that flew on STS-1 and STS-135, and when we were thinking about it, we thought the Harmony module would be the perfect place. You know, on our right, we've got the Japanese laboratory. On our left, we have the European laboratory. In front of us, we've got the hatch that leads to the U.S. laboratory, the Russian segment, and the rest of the space station. And above us and below us are hatches where visiting spacecraft can bring cargo. But behind us, going through that hatch right there, right now, that's the hatch that leads to Atlantis. And 35 space shuttles have docked to that mating adapter that's attached just beyond that hatch right there. And during the course of the International Space Station construction, all those space shuttles that docked there left the legacy of this incredible orbiting research facility that not only is going to be a stepping stone to the rest of the exploration of the rest of the solar system, it's also really
really improving life on our planet. And so we thought it was a very fitting place to put that. And as we put this flag on the hatch that leads to Atlantis right now, and when we close that hatch, when these guys go by it, we're closing a chapter in the history of our nation. But in the future, when another spacecraft docks to that hatch, and with crew members on board, and we open that hatch, we are going to be opening a new era and raising the flag on a new era of exploration beyond low Earth orbit. So it's a great honor to do that, and it's a great place for us to put it.
Thanks, Ron. And when this flag returns again someday to Earth by astronauts that came up on an American spacecraft, its journey will not end there. Its journey will continue. It will also, on the heavy lift vehicle that the United States is currently working on, it will leave low Earth orbit once again, perhaps to a lunar destination, perhaps to Mars. I certainly speak on behalf of the STS-135 crew and on behalf of Expedition 28 that it is our honor to have brought this flag here and to prominently display it. Thank you.
Atlantis and ISS, thanks for those inspiring words. Thank you for honoring the thousands of people that have been a part of the Space Shuttle program over the years. And we look forward, as you do, to the day when that flag will return to Earth with a U.S. crew and then move on beyond our low Earth orbit. Thanks very much.
Hey, great words, Megan. And now back to what we continue to be a more traditional farewell ceremony. I'd like to thank the commander of the International Space Station, Andrei Borisenko, for your hospitality. You've been absolutely fantastic to us. You and your crew have demonstrated not only ISS hospitality, but you've demonstrated fantastic Russian hospitality. It's been wonderful to be here with you. You have a wonderful home. You're taking fantastic care of it, and you're going to keep it looking good for generations of space travelers to come.
We have good together work, and I would say you have a good landing. Thanks for our work.
Hey, just a few words overall on the mission itself. This was a little bit of a unique mission for a couple of different reasons. First of all, we had kind of an abbreviated crew. We had 4 shuttle crew coming up, joining 6 space station crew. I think in this particular instance, it forced us all to work as a very tight team from the very beginning. We had a lot of help from our station counterparts. Sasha and Andrei, Sergei, the very first day that we were docked, they showed up in the MPLM to put me to work. They were absolutely wonderful. They were great sports and took care of actually stowing an awful lot of our cargo for us. We emptied the MPLM finally today, and just a short while ago, put it back in the shuttle's payload bay, hopefully with everything that should be on there, and if not, what's remaining is going to go through this hatch in just a moment. But to the Expedition 28 crew, again, thank you very much for your hospitality on behalf of the 135 crew.
Well, thanks, Fergie. It's been an honor having you guys on board. It's been great having you guys on board. It was great being a part of this really important and historic mission, and we want to just thank you guys so much for leaving the space station in a posture for continued utilization, continued use for the rest of the decade. It's been really great, and let's thank Doug for all your work on the transfer and robotics. It was just amazing. And where's Rex? Rex, thank you for all your leadership and your dedication and hard work on the spacewalk. You and the EVA team on the ground really made that a big success. And Fergie, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for bringing the guys here. But of all your many, many accomplishments that you did on this mission, for us, from our perspective, the most important thing you did was bring Sandy here. Sandy, we cannot thank you enough for always keeping the big picture in mind, always keeping what life is going to be like after you guys leave. You were just absolutely amazing. We just cannot thank you enough for everything. everything that you've done for us. And, you know, we don't even realize it yet, but in a couple of weeks, we're going to be going, wow, I'm glad Sandy was here. And we tried to trade Mike for Sandy, but Fergie wouldn't take us up on the deal. So, but Fergie, thank you and your crew so much. Like I said, you've really left it in a good position. So on behalf of the Expedition 28 crew, the entire ISS program, we'd like to thank you, your crew, and the entire STS-135 team for leaving the station ready to go for the rest of the decade. So thank you very much.
This is Mission Control Houston as the International Space Station and Space Shuttle Atlantis fly 250 miles to the south of Australia. The two crews are saying farewell to one another. STS-135 Commander Chris Ferguson and the rest of Atlantis' crew are leaving behind an important American flag that flew on STS-1, the very first space shuttle mission back in 1981. That flag will be retrieved once again by the next United States spacecraft to fly to the space station. It will come back to Earth, and then it will be returned with the next spacecraft that goes beyond low Earth orbit. That flag will once again fly into space in the future.
Houston, Atlantis on Underground 2 for transfer.
Good afternoon, Sandy. Go ahead for transfer.
Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for waiting. I really appreciate it. I know it's been the theme of the mission, you poor man, always waiting on me, but I'm ready to go with the mid-deck resupply. Okay, I have a note that the CWC iodines were all taken care of.
Okay, copy. All the CWCIs are on station, the dry ones.
That's affirmative. Okay, the sample purge kit, item 36, is gone. It's over on ISS. And on, yeah, that's fine. On let's see, resupply 10, 906, 907, and 908, I've got serial numbers for the iodines in 907, and in the event, it looks like all the water ups went as planned. I also have a serial number for the handheld mic, and that one is 5030.
Copy 5030 for the serial number on the mic.
Okay, that should be it. You should show all things from the resupply list completed.
And Sandy, I concur. I'm showing all mid-deck resupply complete.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to return page 1. Okay.
Good job.
And item 401 is complete. All of those samples are now in the MS-14 Echo. The half CTB, or I'm sorry, the 1.0 CTB is in the JPM.
Okay, copy all.
Item 435.1 is complete. Item 441, 441.1, and 441.2 are complete, and I have the serial numbers if you want them.
Copy, those are complete, and negative, I don't need the serial numbers.
Okay, very good. Okay, on return page 5, item 702 has been completed. And on return page 6, both double call bags 706 and 707 are back on the shuttle. I shouldn't say back on the shuttle. 1002 is back on the shuttle, and we got 1012 today as well. And also, both of the EMUs are back in the airlock. They're no longer in Columbus.
Okay, copy all.
713 on return page 7 is complete. 721 and 722 on return page 8 are complete. And on return page 11, we did get a camcorder from them, item 801. The serial number is 1028.
Copy, serial number 1028. Thanks for getting that for us.
No problem. On return page 12, 1059. 1060, 1061, and 9006. 9006 has reluctantly been transferred over to the shuttle, and that's complete as well.
Copy. Thanks for getting on the right side of the hatch.
Yeah, we had to duct tape her, but she's on the right side now.
Copy
I would
all.
have been in organizational heaven for months if you left me up here.
I'm sure the ISS side would like that.
Anyway, Jeremy, with all of that, I think that we are complete on the return list. If you could just double check everything, that would really be great.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to do that. And Sandy, if you're ready, I have some open items I'd like to clear up with you.
Okay.
The first is on return page 3, item 443.3.
Okay, we have a note that says item deleted. I guess that turned into 801 later, huh?
And Sandy, we're not showing 443.3 deleted. That's the 20 micron filter.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong number. Okay, I'm looking at the right number now. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm sorry. That is here. Doug's telling me he brought that today, so if I didn't read it down, it's because I skipped over it.
Okay, we'll show that complete. The next number is 447.
Okay, yeah, that was brought across on flight day 6, and I should have called it then. If I didn't, I apologize.
Okay, copy 447 complete. And Sandy, item 445, is that complete as well?
Let's see, 445 was the one that was originally in the MPLM that we brought over into the mid-deck, and I think it went into bag A, correct?
That's correct. So make sure you had that complete as
Yep,
well.
that's complete.
Okay, now I'm on return page 5, item 701. That's bag I.
Yeah, that actually never left the airlock. We ended up leaving it there, so it's still there.
Copy, and the last item I have for you is on return page 8, item 720.
Okay, I have a note that says that that's 3 bags, and they were in bag 401, which means now they're in the food trays. And I'm getting a positive affirmation from Doug that that is indeed the case.
Okay, copy, 720 complete. And Sandy, we also just want to double check that you got the PFE and PPA out of the MPLM this morning.
Yes, the PFE went back to its port location in Node 1, and the PBA, per the procedure that was sent up to put it on the airlock in the 6th part of the strap. I took a picture on one of the station cameras, and whenever they download that card, you guys should get the picture.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Quick, and the big loop, go ahead. Rob, if you guys could get steps 2 and 3, we'd appreciate it. We'll get 2 and 3 in work. Thanks.
And Sandy, with that, I show you complete with transfer not only for this mission, but for over 12 years of space shuttle transfer operations to the International Space Station. And I can't think of a better crew to wrap this up for the program.
Oh, Jeremy, that's really great. I've been really fortunate to work with you on all 3 of my missions, and let me tell you, and I'll repeat it again, because you are so good and your team is so good at what you do, not only were we able to get this mission pulled off, but all the other transfers that we've done, and I think you had a note about how many tons of equipment and supplies that was, and it's really an impressive amount, and all the hard work you guys do on the ground makes it possible.
Thank you for the kind words, and please pass on to Fergie that it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you guys for the last several months, and especially this last week. And we look forward to seeing you at home.
Hey, Jeremy, I think you know how I feel about you. We've been working together for a long time. I think you've done an absolutely wonderful job. Your team, absolutely fantastic. Of course, between you and your team and Sandy and all the folks who work transferred up here, hopefully we got everything on the right side of the hatch. I'm confident we did, and my hat's off to you. You guys did fantastic.
Thank you, sir. And
I would like to interject here that for the record, Mr. Hurley, our pilot, ended up taking care of all the mid-deck transfer again on his 2nd flight, and so he did a great job.
Copy all. Way to go, Doug.
Just like before.
All right, well, like I said, we look forward to seeing you guys home later this week.
Thanks, Jeremy. It's been great.
This is Mission Control Houston, and with that, the transfer brief is completed for today. That was the final step before the hatches are closed. The team here in Houston just wanted to make sure that everything has been taken care of in terms of Atlantis' mid-deck. That is Jeremy Owen there on the bottom left-hand side. He's a member of the transfer team, getting some words of congratulations and thanks from the crew of Atlantis for the job well done by himself and his team.